Look, people like to get antsy when I talk about black Americans traveling to other places, right? Expat for a little bit, and taking, up these offers on these various different international work contracts. Now, here's what I have to say about that. Because people be like, oh, we need to stay here, we need to fight here, da 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 da. I never said nothing about leaving America totally and completely and leaving America forever. I never said that. Now, Malcolm X traveled all over the world, okay? And that developed a lot of his rhetoric and his perspective and his viewpoints. It expanded his mind and his thinking. Carter G. Woodson, right? The father of Black History Month that started Negro History Week back in the 1920s, okay? He traveled all over the world and even taught and was an educator in Asia for many years, okay, before returning stateside. We had Josephine Baker over in France. We had many people that went over to Europe. So what I'm saying is, if y'all are trying to establish yourselves as an independent people, right? If we're trying to establish ourselves as an independent people in an independent nation, then we have to start doing what nations and what countries do. That means that we need to be branching out and we need to be establishing our own separate and independent ties with other people, with other countries, and with other nations, building our own bridges, okay? Taking control of our own representation so that people get to see us and get to know us and not what the media and American propaganda and imperialism tells them to think about us. And we need to establish in our own relationships, right? Every person that goes out there needs to be considering themselves to be a diplomat for Black Americans, because we know that we are separate from the stuff that the country we live in be doing. Okay, that those aren't the moves that we ourselves would have made. Okay, that's not the stuff that we ourselves would have done. Okay, so we need to have our own voice out here in the streets. Okay, we need to establish ourselves by doing some things, right? Lending our services to some stuff, lending a hand to some stuff, right? Making our mark on some stuff, right? Because that's what shows a nation's strength and a nation's power, when they got their hands here, 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 here. Okay, so then they can call a favor when they need one or whatever have you, right? And they need reinforcements or something like that, right? So we have to start thinking. We have to start thinking bigger. We do. We gotta start thinking bigger. And what we can't do is hold ourselves in a state of isolation. Okay, because we got people out here that do fool with us a little bit, and we should take advantage of those opportunities. So I feel like we shouldn't be discouraging Black American people from going to other countries and taking these little work contracts, building themselves up, right? Building these invaluable business connections that could be used to build Black wealth in the Black American community, because we cutting out the middleman and we no longer having to go through the American system that constantly shuts us down at every turn, right? Who knows what we can end up coming up with, right? So though that to me is an opportunity and things that don't need to be cut off. Okay, don't need to be cut off. But I'm just a Black millennial, so I know that sometimes folk want to stay in the old way of doing things, but things can need a little innovation sometimes. Okay, and this isn't even really new, because our people been doing it. Y'all can take it back to the Moors. Our people been doing this, and we need to get back to doing it. Okay.